What's going on, Dream Team? Today we are doing an unboxing. This is an unboxing of the DJI Mic 1, and then kind of giving you the reasons why I ended up going with this one instead of others. Why I went with this one in particular, because as you may or may not know, if you're in the market for a microphone, there are a ton of options. There's some cheaper options, there's some nicer options. I did end up getting some Amazon microphones a while back. They were like $20, so I would love to do a comparison over this versus those. And just kind of compare so that you guys can see firsthand. That's not going to be in this video, that's going to be a separate video. But in this one, we're going to do basically just the unboxing. I'll give you some of the features with this one, and then once again why I ended up going with this one. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. And without further ado, let's start our Without further ado, let's start unboxing. Here we go. Sweet. So this is the DJI Mic 1. Now this is kind of a unique one because of a couple reasons. This is only one receiver and one transmitter. So what you probably see most often, especially with influencers and most people who are sponsored and things like that by DJI, is that they will get the one with the two in there, like the one receiver and the two transmitters, which is $250. I will have a link to that down in the description. I was close to getting that one, but honestly, just the price is kind of what steered me away. With this one, it was, I believe, like $140. And I'm gonna be honest, this one is used. I did end up shooting to get one that was like brand new, but it was taking a little bit. I will have a link to that one as well. So this one is used like new. We'll see how this one works. But yeah, so I ended up getting just the one. It was a little bit cheaper. I think with the two, it would have been awesome because there are times there and I do the talking head videos like what you've seen in the past. And so I was close to getting that one. But once again, I was like, you know what, I'll save $100 and I'll just end up just doing the one. And then if anything, we could just share the microphone. So yeah, here we go. We are now opening the box. We have like the starter kit type instructions. Here we go, nothing too crazy. All right, and then what's pretty cool is it actually comes in this like fancy little DJI pouch. Looks pretty good. I do like that. That's a big thing, is like actually having a place to store it, because these things are super easy to get lost. So without further ado, here we go. We're going into the bottom pocket here first, which is that one. And this should house the cords and I would believe the windbreakers, which yes, that is exactly what it is. So here's the windbreaker that you literally just pop onto the top of the receiver. Here is the audio that you would plug into your receiver and the camera. And then I believe these are the charging cables, as well as, actually I think that's literally it, is one for your receiver, one for your transmitter. Plug that into a USB brick and then you're good to go. So pretty simple, nothing crazy. It doesn't come with a brick. And then there's a couple more little things here. And these here are the adapters. So if you have an iPhone, let's see if I can, there we go. There's for the iPhone, and then USB-C for if your phone has USB-C. And then for the moment you've all been waiting for, we're going to see the receiver and the microphone. Here we go. So apparently this is a touchscreen receiver. Ah, I see. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so these things, these adapters, like what I showed you before, would just slide into place here. So like for my phone, for instance, goodness, all right, you would literally just go like that. And then you're good to go. And then you would just plug that into your phone or whatever USB device you're using, and then you're set. All right, so I'm gonna try and power this on. And something happened. Awesome. And then I'm gonna power this one on. And then I did a quick vibration, which is awesome. And then there's a green light now, as you can see. And it is paired, which is awesome. So you can actually see that going like that. Like you can actually hear my voice. Blah, blah. So it is not fully charged. It shows that it's about 75% full. But here's the cool part, and this is why I chose this one above any others, because for a while I was actually looking at the little ones, the DJI Mic Mini. Oh, cool. That is a heck of a magnet. Okay, so check that out. That was automatically attached to that, and then it is just a little magnet that you can actually detach, put on your shirt, and then fell to my belly. just gonna put that there. Ooh, that is cool. Okay, so without further ado, I'm actually gonna start recording on this. Here we go. And it's recording. It did a quick vibration, and we are now recording on the DJI mic. And the other thing is on here, it's showing there's a little red dot, which means that it's recording. And just like that, we are actually in business, which is sweet. Okay, so here's why I went with this one over others. Like I said, I was looking originally at the DJI Mic Minis, and then I realized something which is kind of important to me. For whatever reason, my phone has a hard time, I do have an Android, it has a hard time connecting with audio devices. Like when I got those $20 ones from Amazon the first time, for whatever reason, it just wouldn't plug in, it wouldn't work properly. I even got like a dongle that would go to something like this, like the audio input and output, and it wouldn't work. So I was like, well, shoot, I don't want to have to like plug it into, and I don't have my big camera anymore either, but I didn't want to like every time have to plug it into my laptop or something like that and record like that. So the big perk to using this DJI Mic 1 is it actually has 14 hours of in-mic capacity to just record to the device itself. So that is probably the coolest feature, and that's the biggest reason I ended up going with this instead of the little ones. The little ones are great, don't get me wrong. They're super convenient, super small, and you can put them anywhere. That's awesome. But you can't actually record to the device. And then also, like, I do have the receiver with this, and like I think, like I said, it's touchscreen and all that, which is cool. But the biggest reason I went with this one was because there's in-mic storage to record. I also really love the DJI brand. I follow some people who have done some reviews of these before. I think that they're doing everything right. They're doing everything in the right direction. I know that this is the first generation, so this one doesn't have like the noise canceling or anything like that. But this does have 820 feet of range, which is actually pretty crazy. On top of that, all I have to do is clap, and then I can in post sync this recording up with my phone recording, and bada bing, we're good. So that's the biggest reason I ended up going with this. I just was really wanting something that was affordable, which is this one, because I ended up going with just the one instead of like doing the multi-pack. The cool thing about the multi-pack is it comes with that case where you can actually have 2 microphones and then the receiver, and it charges in the case. As cool as that would be, I ended up I was like, you know what, I'll save $100 and I'll just go with this one. So as of right now, I don't regret my decision. I'm really excited to hear how this sounds like in post when I'm actually editing this video. But yeah, I mean, this is a fairly simple unboxing, but I thought that this would be a great video and a great unboxing, especially because this is a couple years old now. But it's pretty unique. And then, if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, you just put that over there. Oh, there we go. Now there's a dead cat over it, so if there's wind, which there is a lot of wind in Wyoming. So anyways, I'm pretty impressed. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's cool. Ah! Okay, so hold on, let me just. So this is touchscreen, like I said, which is sweet. And there's a couple options here. It says text record. There's a speaker phone thing there. And then you can also choose what kind of recording you're doing, the volume of it. So maybe I'll have to do a more in-depth. Right here, buddy. I'll clip you back on. So once I finally get used to some more of these things, maybe I'll have to do a more in-depth review if you guys would like, because I know that this one's fairly just kind of like off the cuff unboxing and whatnot, but there are quite a few settings in here that you could actually mess with to make pretty cool. So if you guys want me to do a more in-depth review, I definitely can. I can do some research. I can do some just like messing around with it and then do one that's better. Put down in the comments if you would like to see that. But once again, I would love to do a comparison over the $20 microphone versus this, and maybe that's something that could play into it. So once again, thank you family members who gave me gift cards, because that's a huge steal for just paying like $8 out of pocket. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Okay, so real quick test. I have shut off the receiver and I am now audioing with just the microphone here. I just want to make sure it's matching up because it's blinking, knowing that it's not connected to the receiver. But am I able to just turn this bad boy on and start recording? This is a test. Because if so, that'd be awesome not to have to even worry about this. But at the same time, you wouldn't be able to see like your audio levels and whatnot. So, I don't know. Test. All right. Sorry, everybody. Last thing I'll say is, if you do use the links down below, I would greatly appreciate it. It's a great way to support me and the channel, as I'm still trying to grow this and actually turn it into something awesome and amazing and big. Once again, they are Amazon affiliate links, so I think I'll get, depending on what it is, I think like 4% or something back. So if you want to support me and the channel and you're already in the market, it would be a great way to do that. Just click one of those links and end up, and then go buy your purchase that way. It would really mean a lot to me. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, Dream Team, let's go. Here we go.